A key focus of the new codes is the whole aspect of supply development and the requirement to have a supply development plan in place. I think that's an excellent strategy of the new DTI codes. It's in line with procurement best practice. It's not something new to South African scenario because world-class organizations around the world have formal supply development programs in place. And what it's doing from a South African context is it's forcing the scenario that that best practice is incorporated as a standard feature of any main organization's procurement strategy. The challenge with this is that an aspect of supply development is recognized under the new codes that you can outsource that requirement to organizations that can come and do the supply development on your behalf. That's great, but the concern is that it mustn't just become a numbers game. That organizations, all they go and do is they go and get an organization in, they contract them to go and do supply development, but it's not meaningful supply development in that the supply development has no impact on the long-term sustainability of your organization. It doesn't provide a better off organization as a consequence of it. And the investment that you're making into it purely goes to be the numbers to secure the scorecard, but doesn't deliver what it actually is intended to deliver at the end of the day, and that is a better organization for it. So the concern is that a lot of fly-by-night supply development companies may emerge, okay? And corporates may be enticed into engaging with them because they don't know what to do around supply development, because it's a skill that our South African buyers haven't yet acquired. And these fly-by-nights then don't really deliver the meaningful supply development that we need. So one of the recommendations is that, again, coming back to this enabling environment, how can we link the supply development organizations that will arise, that are currently out there, and the new ones that may emerge? How do we link them to some kind of qualifications assessment? So something like the South African Qualifications Forum, that maybe an assessment has to be done so that they get verified, that the procurement professional will know I'm dealing with a company that is capable and is competent to deliver supply development programs. Otherwise, we're not going to know, and we'll end up using fly-by-nights that don't deliver meaningful change in our organizations. So I think that's one of the other concerns that we'd like to post out there for debate on the LinkedIn forum, is how do we make sure that these organizations that will emerge and that are currently out there will be accredited organizations to deliver supply development programs. And this area is perhaps an area where SIPS can play a role as well, is in the recommendation of organizations that meet minimum criteria to deliver the training that is going to make meaningful change within the organization. And I think as CPOs, we need to stand together on the specific aspect, and we need to share information around the organizations that are delivering successful supply development. And through that, perhaps even through our body of CPOs, create an informal group of organizations that will help drive meaningful change. The proposed new codes are also calling for some specific comment on the treatment of a black qualifying small enterprise. And now, what is classified as a black qualifying small enterprise would be an organization that is as a level of black ownership and turns between 10 and 50 million rand a year. So we will also be posting that on the LinkedIn CPO forum to ask for ideas from CPOs on how that should be treated, any ideas. I think the key thing here, from my perspective, is that we want to drive the growth of a small business economy. We need to make it as easy and free-flowing as possible, and providing it's contributing towards the objective of creating employment, that it's achieving the right principles. So whatever mechanism is found to address the measurement of QSEs, that it needs to reward the primary principle, and that is employment growth. In summary, there are a lot of challenges that lay in front of us as a country, as a procurement body, as a body of professional procurement people, but I think it's an exciting landscape. I think that we are at a place in our history as a country, number one, where the procurement professionals can make a meaningful contribution towards that, but they need to understand their responsibility. So our skills and training programs needs to align itself with teaching the buyer these aspects of supplier development, creating that element of responsibility that is not just about your area of responsibility around procurement, but it's also about what I can do for my country. And if we can collectively bundle all of these things, I think if we stand together as a body of procurement professionals, we can make a meaningful contribution towards the growth and the development of South Africa as an entity that creates an opportunity for us to have a better lifestyle for all.
Audio Jungle. Audio Jungle.